Hello, ladies and gents. Let's talk about The Expanse Season 6, Episode 3. Now, I didn't watch it yesterday. I watched it this morning whilst doing a little bit of cardio, because I do that. Not that that's important remotely, but Christ. Anyway, this is taking a really interesting turn. We're going to talk some slight spoilers here, because I think it's quite important, but not massive spoilers. Not a lot really happened, but some stuff sort of happened. So if you don't want any spoilers, just click off the video, right? Because I have to talk about some of the spoilers. Have to. This was a good episode, but this is definitely now feeling the crush of 6 episodes for this last season. We're midway through the season, and all of a sudden, we're now getting a confrontation with Marcos Inaros and James Holden, right? That shouldn't have happened just yet. It doesn't feel like it should have happened yet. The taking of Sirius Station by the Urtas, that shouldn't have happened yet. It feels way too rushed. Just like literally all of a sudden, there we go. We haven't earned it yet. I understand that they're trying to just do these episodes, just smash them out. I get it. But this does now feel a little bit rushed. This episode especially, I'm hoping moving forwards until the very end, because I think the end will suffer, but the next 2 episodes will start to just slowly pull it out again. And then I think what's going to happen is the last one will feel rushed. Because how can it not be with six episodes in a season? Also, side note, massive thank you to everyone who chucked stuff into the PO box. Not physically chucked stuff. This is all going to be packed away real soon. I appreciate it's literally just there and it might look a little bit odd. But just as a heads up, literally haven't had a chance yet to pop it away. So just side note, just out of respect for anyone thinking what the hell's going on. The Giant Godzilla, it's fine. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Anyway, moving on. So, what happened in this episode that was seemingly so rushed? Well, we're continuing that story on the planet with what looks to be proto-molecule. That baby bird had died, and the creature had ran off with it. Okay, creature's back, little girl's back, and bird's alive. Proto-molecule at play. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? But there's also another creature now. So 2 creatures and 1 bird alive. Now, the other interesting thing that happened in that particular narrative part, because I don't know where that's going now. I was way off the reservation for me. I've got no idea. But the other interesting thing that happened is someone got shot. Someone, well, they look like they got shot. They're dead anyway, either way. And I'm keen to see whether that person gets resurrected or not. Because it looks that way. I mean, the little girl's going to probably run home and go, "Oh, guys, these creatures are resurrected people." Not quite as eloquently put as that, I'm sure, but more along the lines of, I don't know. Anyway, point is, I'm very curious to see where that goes. That's not rushing. What then happened after that is we've got James Holden mid space, floating around doing his thing in the Rocinante, and then all of a sudden Marcos Inaros is like, "That's the Rossi." I'm like, what? What's going on here? This was towards the end of the episode, but it just felt so rushed. All of a sudden they're having a massive conflict. Why? I mean, I get it. I know why. But my point is, don't give us 6 episodes. Give us more. Give us 10. Right? Then that could have been the mid-season thing. We could have built to it mid-season. Wow. Now, this admittedly is mid-season because it's 3 out of 6. But that's not the point. It feels too rushed. And there's too much happening, I think. I'm going to try and trust the writers, but there does seem to be too much happening around it where it's not quite explaining itself. So the Rocinante has Marcos Inaros on the ropes, literally about to kill him, and James Holden's like, you literally need to surrender. Bobby's there like, no, let's just blow him up. We only have this one chance, and Holden's like, no, he's more valuable as a prisoner. Blah 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 blah, which is quite right in terms of war, quite right. So then Bobby fires a final missile because he doesn't give up. Marcos is like, I'd rather die than, go into servitude again. And the missile's going there. It's about to hit him. And James Holden just beep, 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 quickly beep, 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 on his wrist and disarms the missile. And no one knows. Everyone's like, oh, it's a dud at this time. Whoa, shucks, coincidence. But I'm like, why? Why did he do that? For Naomi? For him? Why? Seems a bit odd, right? Maybe because things are disappearing. That's all I can think of. But outside of that, I am a bit dubious as to why it felt a bit rushed. I don't know if there's going to be enough time to satisfactorily explain that. So that was one of the major things that were pretty rushed. Second thing that was really rushed is we open up with Siri Station being taken by the Urters. So they just basically waltz in and go, yeah, we've got this now, it's ours. Now, that was a really clever plan. Marcos and Aros stripped the ship down, all supplies, all fixable, equipment, tools, everything that they can fix stuff with, and then just left them for dead. They're a dead weight now for the Earthers. The Earthers have to then provide for them. Otherwise, they've basically committed mass genocide, right? So I get that. That was actually quite smart. Again, in terms of war, it's smart. It makes sense. It's obviously low blow, but you can see it. And yeah, but really quick to get to that point. Boom, taken over. And I'm like, just felt a bit rushed. Does anyone else feel like it was a bit rushed? Let me know down below. Would love to hear if anyone else thought it was a bit rushed. Now, the other interesting thing, which I thought was really, really good, we get a message from the botanist who they basically replicated proto-molecule substrate or something like that, and they can make grain, some wheat, out of carbon dioxide. But then I think it was Mars people were killing them, or Belters, I can't remember. Either or, were killing the people for that, and now they're trying to get that message back to Avasarella, I think that's her name, the gravelly voiced woman, because then she can feed Earth, basically. So I like all the elements. Think we've just gone a bit too quick to get there. That's my general thoughts and consensus and slight review. Hopefully you can make sense of all of that and why I had to talk spoilers. So let me know what you think, because I'm none the wiser on what's going to happen now, because it was just way too quick to get to this point. So I don't know how it's going to progress from here. I can't predict it, because I didn't predict that this was going to happen, if that makes sense. Quite unpredictable at this point, which is quite good. Sort of. But let me know what you think down below. Still love it. Devastated that we're midway through the season already. Devoed. Devastated. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Thank you all so much. Hope you had a great Christmas. Take care.